Good morning everyone, it's Rebecca Gabriel here. Welcome to Living with Spice. Felt sort of inspired to share a message with you today, and the message is, are you a freeloader? What does that mean? What does being a freeloader mean? You know, what's become very apparent to me is that when we're going through change and transformation, there is no easy way, no easy pathway to go through transformation. There's a transition period from your old world to your new world, and often that's uncomfortable because you're stepping into the unknown, and when we step into the unknown we can experience fear, anxiety, certainly uncertainty, and you know, when we experience fear we often go back to our old patterns of being and the way we think about things, what we do things. It triggers us to go into self-protection, and we'll give ourselves excuses for not moving forward, for not having the discomfort for that change and transformation. When we go through the change and transformation, it does require us to do the inner work, and it means that we've got to commit to that journey. We've got to commit to the changes, what it takes to do those changes, and to be very conscious of it, and to consciously do things differently. One of the things that can trip us up along the way because of our fear and because of our discomfort is to start externalizing. So when we feel the discomfort, we'll blame other people, other things, other situations for why we're not achieving our goals, why it feels hard, why we can't do it. In come the excuses. Once we've heard ourselves say that, we have a little bit of a realization that's happening. The next thing that can trip us up is we are drawn to someone who's ahead of us in the journey. Great, really, really good to model someone who's walking that pathway that you are choosing to go to some degree. They're going to have an expertise in an area that you know that you can learn and grow. So we become drawn towards that person. And that's not a bad thing. That's how we learn. But the trick is, do we get caught up with the idea that we then become a freeloader, meaning that we ride the back of that person's success or ride the back of their learning, their journey, instead of actually doing the work ourselves? It's a bit of a tough one because we can certainly go into a place of denial, and you know, similar to yesterday's oracle card reading around deception, that's when we fool ourselves that we're doing the work, and you know, because of the pain associated with confronting things where we haven't done the work, we can tend to find the excuses to avoid, to blame others, or to convince ourselves of doing the work by riding on the back of someone else. But when it comes down to the crunch, to the heart of everything, the only person who's responsible for your change and transformation is you. Nobody else can do it for you. You can't ride on the back of someone else's journey, their effort, their success. You've got to do it yourself. You've got to have the experiences, the challenges, be pushed, feel the discomfort, recognize where you're resisting, practice the muscle of letting go, facing your own truth. That's a tough one. Putting it on the table and go, yep, okay, I need to own that. So it's being responsible for your own journey and your own growth, rather than being a freeloader to someone else who, you know, perhaps you admire and you know that you can learn things from. That's certainly okay, but you have to do the work yourself. You've got to make those changes in your life. Practice the muscle of changing language, changing your thoughts, changing your mindset, changing your habits, if you're choosing to be a better version of yourself. Now, this is not about going from 0 to 100. This is not about becoming perfect in a day. This is about your own goals for self-improvement, your own goals for achieving your dreams that you want for your life. So yes, I have to experience all of these things myself, and I'm really happy to be vulnerable and in that space, and to say, hey, I'm working on myself as well. Everything is a learning in this school of life, and I'm happy to share my experiences with you, so that you too can ask the very important questions for yourself and answer those questions for yourself. I can't answer them for you. You've got to apply the learning, the knowledge to the context of your life and where you're at in your journey. And it's never about self-judgment. It's only ever about the learning and the growth, and being really excited to own that journey for you and to be inspired for your sake, not for someone else. And I think yesterday we also spoke about living your life according to your agenda, not the agenda of other people. We cannot walk in the shoes of someone else. We cannot live their journey or be like anybody else. You can only be like you. So, move at your pace. Recognize how you function in your world, your energy, and work with that. Set your own personal goals. Apologies for the wind. Being next to the beach, hard to avoid. Love your life and be true to you, be real to you. That was the message yesterday. So yes, I just wanted to share that with you this morning, friends, and just to be aware of the pitfalls. We are going to be challenged when we're going through changes, but it's helpful to know, to be aware. It's all about awareness. So be careful of denying your own truth, and be careful of the desire to freeload on someone else's journey. It's got to be your journey, my friend. You've got to make the changes and the growth for yourself. All right, that's it from me for today. Have a beautiful day, and stay well, stay happy, and I look forward to catching up with you soon. Bye now.